We are currently developing our homestead, and this is a 3D impression of the main house we are currently building. We've gone through various stages of the build, all of which I have shared here on my YouTube channel. From preparing the land to setting out, to marking out on the ground, digging the foundation trench, and then casting iron rods and mats in place. The foundation blockwork was done, filled with laterite, after which the foundation slab was cast. All this work was just on the substructure of the house, the part of the house that is buried and can't be seen. But soon, we were ready to tackle the superstructure part of the build. In this video, let me share with you what we did to get the ground floor blockwork up and up to this stage and beyond. Hi, my name is KOREWAA. Some months went by after we completed the foundation work, and I was excited to get started on the block work. As usual, I met on site with the site engineer, architect, foreman, head mason, etc. to discuss the next step of the project. Materials were bought, and then we were good to go. I had earlier set up a mini block factory on site and purchased our own block making machine, which we used to manufacture most of the blocks we needed for this build. I figured, why not? We had been buying a lot of blocks in developing this homestead, so it made economical sense to get our own block factory going, and so that is what I did. We produced all these blocks ourselves and they came out very, very good. If you'd like to see how I set up the block factory and how we produce our blocks, then type block factory in the comment section below so I can make a video just on that. Okay, so the head mason and his team were up next. They came back to site after many months away and after preparation got straight to work tackling the block laying of the ground floor. And as I always do, I swung by from time to time to check on things as blocks stacked up higher and higher. And soon, we were about 4 cores high and it all felt so surreal. Now, the way the block laying works is they work in teams of two, a mason and a laborer. But please, this is just how they are called in Ghana. Don't shoot me down in the comment section, I beg. The mason tackles the block laying, and the second person, the laborer, mixes the mortar, which is the sand and cement mix, and fills up the tap periodically for the mason as he keeps on laying the blocks. So while they kept laying the blocks, the steel bender and his team also worked at making some adjustments to existing rebar placements and adding more rebars where more rebars needed to go as per the engineer's request, as well as extending the length of all the rebars on the foundation structure to the length of the ground floor blockwork. And by the way, all those fine looking blocks in the distance were produced on site. All right. In no time, all the rebars were erected and standing tall like this. This project has been so many years in the making. It is the combination of two dreams, my husband's and mine. He has always wanted to build his house somewhere away from the noise, hustle, and bustle of the city, grow his own food, and be completely off-grid. And I dreamed of a specific kind of house, a combination of the classics and contemporary. And I wanted to live close enough to all the social amenities the city has to offer. And now, those two dreams are married and manifesting beautifully before our very eyes. I got to design the house that I always see in my dreams with the exact specifications that I wanted. And our land is not in the city of Accra proper, but it's very close, steep in nature, away from the hustle and bustle, yet it's only about 30 to 40 minutes away from the city. So my husband got his wish and I got mine. It's a prayer answered. The masons kept at it, and as the walls were getting higher, they made makeshift scaffolds to stand on to be able to continue laying the blocks higher and higher. And soon the carpentry work was coming up next. I scouted for skilled carpenters to ensure everything came out straight and well done. So these very skilled gentlemen were recommended to me. They needed to board up all the rebars and get them ready for concrete pouring. So they inspected the scope of the project. The head mason explained what needed to be accomplished. The wood was brought in and they got right to work. The carpenters worked side by side with the masons. Whichever wall the masons finished, the carpenters boarded up any rebars present. And soon the house was taking shape and looking like this. The site engineer was also present from time to time, making sure that everyone was doing what they were supposed to be doing and doing it well.
What if so a train sir? For here. That instead of 6 inches.
And soon enough rebars had been boarded up to allow for concrete to be poured. In order to reduce costs, the pillar concreting was done in sections to save on the number of wood we needed to purchase. The mason mixed the concrete and poured it into the rebar spaces. Once one section was dried, after a couple of days, the wood was removed and reused to board up another section of the house. Both teams worked in harmony until all rebars were concreted.
Water first. Water. We are a poor no, you block no, you block no, back up corner.
This is what it looked like on the inside during this rinse and repeat process. And this is what the pillar work looked like on the outside after most of the rebar boards had been taken down. It was neatly done. And just like that, the ground floor block work was done. These walls are high walls, so there is a further extension of these walls, but that extra length is achieved by the extra wide beams that goes on top of this block work, which you would see in the next stage video. If you'd like a quick walkthrough tour video explaining the layout of this ground floor, then type floor tour in the comment section below. And if I have enough people who are interested to see the different spaces within this floor, I would have a walkthrough tour video up for you by Sunday. I promise. Don't forget to also type Block Factory in the comment section if you'd like to see that video too. Kindly like and subscribe. See you in the next.